Alright, this video is about Pizzazz E63. So we're going to do some examples from Pizzazz E63. And if you notice, it looks very similar to one of our previous ones. We're going to have a group of problems and they give us one more answer. So the wrong answer is actually going to fill out the riddle. So let's just do number one. We'll start with that one. So we're going to do all of number one. So the first question says -4 times 5. I'm going to use a dot there. Then it was 6 times -8. And then it was -9 times -2. All right, using the triangle, I'm going to redraw it right here. Positive, negative, negative. -4 times +5. So I have a positive and a negative. I'm going to cover those up. My answer will be negative. And then 4 times 5 is 20. So my answer is -20. The next one is +6 times -8. So positive and negative. Cover those up. Our answer will be negative. 6 times 8 is 48. I don't know if you've heard that rhyme. It says 6 and 8 went on a date, came back with 48. The last one's -9 times -2. So I have two negatives. I'm going to cover those up and my answer is positive. Typically they don't write the positive, but we can. And then 2 times 9 is 18. So it's +18. So let's look at our answers here. We said -20, -48, and +18. So number one will be E. It's the answer that you didn't use. So down below, let's go all the way down to the bottom. Number one is E. Let's try a harder one. Let's do number 12. So I'm going to rewrite those. We have -8 times 2 times 10. Then we have 4 times -5 times -5. And then we have -6 times -8 times -2. All right, when we have more than two factors, it might be easier to think of it as even and odd powers. So when you have an odd number, I'm going to write this over here, an odd number of negatives, your answer will be negative. If you have an even number of negatives, your answer will be positive. So let's just look at it like that. The first one says -8, +2, +10. We only have one negative. So 1 is odd. So our answer will be negative. Let's look at the second one. We'll just go ahead and do the evens and odds first, and then we'll go back through the answers. So I have +4, -5, -5. So how many of those three numbers are negative? Well, 2 of them are negative, and 2 is even. So our answer will be positive. And then the last one, -6, -8, -2. So I have, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, that's right, -6, -8, -2. So 1, 2, 3 negatives. 3 is odd, so my answer will be negative. Now I'm going to go back through and actually look at the numbers and just multiply them. Sometimes it's easier to multiply certain numbers together, or you can use your multiplication chart and that's fine. 2 times 10 is 20, and 20 times 8 is 160. So the first one is -160. The second one, I think it's going to be easier for us to multiply 4 and 5. 4 times 5 is 20, and then 20 times 5 is 100. So that one's +100. The last one might prove to be harder. We might need to use our multiplication chart. So let's go ahead and we'll multiply 6 times 8. Well, let's not do that. Let's do 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. And then we need to multiply 16 times 6. and it's 96, because if I look at my multiplication chart, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 16 times 6 is 96. All right, so let's go back through and mark off what we know. We know one of our answers was negative 160, positive 100, and negative 96. So the wrong answer is negative 100, which is C, so 12 is C. So let's move down here and find 12, and there it is, and it's going to be C. All right, I want you to try the rest on your own, and if you have any trouble, ask for help, please.